Welcome to a deep dive into a fascinating subject, the psychology of money. Money, a seemingly simple concept, but when we peel back the layers, we find a complex web of emotions, experiences, and historical contexts that shape our attitudes towards it. Let's start with the human element of financial decision-making. It's easy to think of money as just numbers and statistics, but there's a deeply personal side to it. Our financial choices, from saving to spending, investing to donating, are all influenced by our own unique experiences. The first time you earned money, the first time you lost it, the first time you had to budget. All these formative experiences shape how we approach finances. But it's not just about personal experiences. Our backgrounds too have a profound influence on our financial attitudes. Where we come from, the cultural norms we grew up with, the financial habits of our families, all of these factors seep into our subconscious and guide our financial decisions. And then there's historical context. We're all products of our time, and the era we live in shapes our understanding of money. Think about it. Someone who lived through the Great Depression would have a very different perspective on money than someone who grew up in a time of relative economic stability. The economic climate of our formative years can significantly shape our risk tolerance, our investing tactics, and our overall financial behavior. So what does this all mean? It means that our relationship with money is deeply personal. It's not just about dollars and cents, it's about our experiences, our backgrounds, and the times we live in. As we've seen, our personal histories significantly influence our financial behavior, but there's more to it. Economic models often overlook the role of personal history in financial decisions. Hold that thought for a moment. Picture this. You're standing in front of a vibrant stock exchange board. Numbers are flickering, changing, and you've got to make an investment decision. Now, what influences this decision? According to traditional economic models, it's all about market trends, interest rates, and economic indicators. But that's not the whole story. You see, these models often miss one crucial component: your personal history. Yes, you heard it right. The experiences you've had, the lessons you've learned, and the memories you've formed, all these shape your attitude towards money and influence your financial decisions. They're like a silent partner in your investment journey, whispering advice based on your past. Think about your earliest memories of money. Perhaps you grew up in a family that struggled financially, and you learned to be frugal. Or maybe you watched a loved one make a successful investment, and that sparked your interest in the stock market. These experiences, whether we consciously recognize them or not, impact our financial behavior. They can make us cautious or adventurous, skeptical or trusting, short-sighted or forward-thinking. So let's challenge these traditional economic models. Let's recognize the role of personal history in our financial decisions. It's not just about the numbers on a spreadsheet or the trends in a market. It's about the lessons we've learned, the experiences we've had, and the memories we've formed. And remember, it's not just about learning from our past. It's about using it to shape our future. Because when we understand how our personal history influences our financial decisions, we can make wiser, more informed choices. Our personal history is a powerful tool that shapes our financial decisions, often more than we realize. Economic ideas, like all ideas, evolve over time. Think about it this way. It's like the domestication of dogs. Thousands of years ago, our ancestors started to tame wild wolves. Over generations, through selective breeding and nurturing, these wolves slowly transformed into the domestic dogs we know and love today. Similarly, economic ideas didn't just appear out of thin air. They developed gradually, shaped by the collective experiences and knowledge of countless individuals over centuries. They're the result of a slow, deliberate process of trial and error, of refining and improving upon past ideas. Let's take the concepts of supply and demand, for instance. These ideas didn't just pop into someone's head one day. They evolved over time, shaped by the experiences of countless merchants, traders, and economists, until they became the fundamental principles of economics we study today. But just as the domestication of dogs didn't stop with the first friendly wolf, the evolution of economic ideas didn't stop with the first economic theories. Modern economic concepts are still in their infancy, constantly being refined and improved upon as we gain new insights and experiences. This evolution of ideas isn't unique to economics. It's a fundamental part of human progress. We learn, we grow, we adapt. We take the knowledge of the past and build upon it, creating new ideas and concepts that better reflect our understanding of the world. So the next time you read about a new economic theory or concept, remember, it didn't appear out of nowhere. It's the result of a long, ongoing process of evolution, shaped by the collective experiences and knowledge of countless individuals. Just as dogs were domesticated over time, so too have our economic ideas evolved. Retirement, as we understand it, is a relatively new concept. It's a fascinating point when we come to think of it, isn't it? For much of history, the idea of retirement, of stopping work completely as you reached a certain age, was completely alien. Our ancestors worked until they physically could not, and then their families took care of them. However, as society progressed and the world became more industrialized, the concept of retirement began to take shape. The idea was simple. People would work for a certain number of years, save up money, and then live off those savings in their later years. But the reality was much more complicated. Financial planning, the process of organizing your income, expenses, and savings to meet future goals, became crucial. It's a delicate balancing act, isn't it? You have to ensure you're saving enough to live comfortably in your golden years, while still having enough to enjoy your present. The historical context played a significant role in shaping our understanding of retirement and financial planning. For instance, the Great Depression had a profound impact on the generations that lived through it. They learned the hard way the importance of saving for a rainy day, and those lessons were passed down to their children and grandchildren. Similarly, periods of high inflation have taught us about the importance of investing our savings wisely. When prices are constantly rising, simply saving money in a bank account isn't enough. We need our savings to grow faster than inflation. This has led to the development of various investment strategies and the rise of the stock market as a popular avenue for retirement savings. In the end, retirement isn't just about reaching a certain age and stopping work. It's about planning, saving, and investing wisely so that you can enjoy your later years without financial worry. It's a concept that's still evolving and will continue to do so as society and the economy changes. Our understanding of retirement and financial planning has evolved over time, influenced by numerous factors. It's a journey, and like any journey, it's one that's best undertaken with careful planning. Historical context plays a significant role in shaping our financial decisions. Picture this, it's the late 1920s, and the world is about to be thrown into the chaos of the Great Depression. Banks are failing, businesses are closing, and millions of people are losing their jobs. For those who lived through this time, the experience was so traumatic that it forever altered their relationship with money. They learned to be frugal, to save every penny, and to be wary of risky investments. Fast forward to the present day, and you can still see the impact of the Great Depression on the financial behavior of those who experienced it or heard stories from their parents or grandparents. Now let's take a leap across the pond to post-war Germany. The country is facing skyrocketing inflation, to the point where money becomes virtually worthless. People are carrying around wheelbarrows of cash just to buy a loaf of bread. This experience leads to a deep-seated fear of inflation, a fear that still influences German attitudes towards money and investment today. These are not isolated instances. Around the world, historical events have shaped and continue to shape our attitudes towards money and investment. The 2008 financial crisis, for instance, has made many people wary of the housing market and skeptical of financial institutions. It's not just about the numbers and the charts, it's about the lived experiences, the stories, and the lessons learned. Historical context doesn't just shape our individual attitudes towards money, it also influences broader economic policies and trends. Take, for example, the shift towards more conservative fiscal policies in the wake of economic crises. Oregon, the rise of cryptocurrency in response to distrust in traditional banking systems. In essence, our financial behavior is a tapestry, woven together with threads of personal experiences, historical events, societal trends, and economic realities. And while we can't change the past, understanding its impact can help us make more informed decisions about our financial future. As we've seen, historical events can have a profound impact on our financial behavior. In conclusion, the psychology of money is a complex, multifaceted subject. It's not just about numbers and charts, but about the people behind those numbers, their experiences, and their perceptions. Let's take a quick stroll down memory lane and revisit the key points we've discussed today. We began by understanding the influence of personal experiences on our financial decisions. Remember, our past shapes our present, and this holds true for our financial behaviors as well. The lessons we learn from our early life experiences can greatly influence our investment tactics and financial choices. Next, we delved into how traditional economic models are being challenged. These models often overlook the human component, the personal history that shapes our financial behavior. It's crucial to remember that we're not all rational actors, as many economic theories would have us believe. We also explored the fascinating evolution of economic ideas, drawing an interesting parallel with the domestication of dogs. Just as our furry friends have evolved over thousands of years, so too have our economic concepts and theories. And just like the domestication process, these ideas are still in their infancy, continually evolving and adapting to our changing world. The concept of retirement, a relatively recent development, also made its way into our discussion. It's a testament to how our financial planning needs to adapt and evolve based on societal changes and advancements. Finally, we delved into the impact of historical context on our financial decisions. Major events like the Great Depression and periods of inflation leave deep imprints on our financial psyche, influencing how we approach money and investments. So, as we wrap up, remember this: the psychology of money is about understanding how we think about money, how we use it, and how it shapes our lives. It's about recognizing that our financial decisions are deeply personal and influenced by a myriad of factors. Understanding the psychology of money can help us make better financial decisions. Thanks for joining us on this fascinating journey into the human side of finance.